Hey guys, this is Graham here from therecordingrevolution.com, and welcome to the first video in my 5 minutes to a better mix video series. We're going to take a look at 31 mixing tips in 31 days. The first mixing tip I'm going to give you is about gain staging, and that does not sound exciting and it doesn't sound fun, but this, I promise you, is crucial to getting good mixes in your DAW. If you don't get proper gain staging before you start throwing around plugins and doing anything fancy in your mix, you can seriously handicap yourself and you'll have a mix that has distortion, even things that you don't think you're hearing. You can be jacking up your mix, and I need to let you know about it. So, proper gain staging is as simple as making sure, on one hand, that none of your channels are clipping. Okay, so what do I mean? You open up your mix, you have all your tracks. The first thing you're going to do in any mix, hopefully, is listen to your tracks. You're going to press play and you're going to start adjusting some volume faders so you get a rough static balance of all the elements so you can hear them. You can pan if you want, you can mess around with those things, but the idea is listening to your mix and making sure you can hear things. Now, that's not enough. You want to make sure you have a master fader or mix bus visible so that you can actually see not only are all your channels here not clipping, because we all know that clipping is bad, but we want to see even more than that. All these channels are being summed together or bussed to some master fader of some kind, some stereo track in your DAW, no matter what program you have, and you want to see what is the level of that stereo master track, because that is ultimately what you don't want to push. You don't want any clipping at all, of course, on your master fader. But even more than that, you don't want any kind of level that's really getting close to the -3 range. Here is what I suggest. I suggest you keep your mixes around -10. Now, this is very subjective, and this depends on which DAW you're using. The metering is a little bit different, but the idea is keep it conservative. Everyone's been telling you your whole life, if you've grown up reading about recording, that you want to get your tracks as hot as possible without clipping. That axiom is only applicable to the analog domain where you were fighting the noise floor issue, meaning you had low level hiss or noise because of tape. When you record into a digital audio workstation like Pro Tools or Logic or GarageBand or Cubase or whatever, you've got a really clean signal. There is no analog circuitry inside the box that you have to fight with noise. So you don't have to push your volume really high to make sure you minimize that noise. In fact, you should do the opposite. You should keep things nice and low and conservative so that the computer can process your audio in the cleanest possible way. There's plenty of room to make your track louder later with limiting, heavy compression, and mostly in the mastering realm of things. But for mixing's sake, this is how you should start out. Throw up your mix, start playing with the faders. I'm going to press play here. You can take a listen. And what we're going to do is watch my master fader and see where I'm hovering around. If things are too loud, you can pull them down. If things are doing great, you're good to go. We're going to be watching my master fader right here. So let's take a listen. So you can see that pretty much I was hanging around -10 on my overall master fader. That is low, that is conservative. And if your mix is too quiet, turn up your headphones or turn up your monitor speaker so you can hear it. You don't need to push this level. In fact, your mix will benefit if you keep things nice and low and conservative. You'll sum your mix better in your DAW. I don't care what people say. Keep conservative levels in your mix with proper gain staging. No clipping on your channels here, and definitely see what's happening in your master fader. You don't want to push things up even to -6. Keep it nice and low. There's no need to. If things are too loud in general, pushing your master fader, but you like the overall balance of your channels here, then all you have to do is group them all together. In Pro Tools, you have groups over here. You already have a group called All. You click that on. You can simply drag one fader and it brings them all down. As you could hear, it brings them all down proportion to your regular mix. And that's one way to bring down all the tracks without messing with your balance, but that is what you want to do, is make sure you're not sending too much signal to your master fader. Don't just turn down your master fader. Turn down your faders here so you're sending a nice conservative level to your master fader. Your mixes will benefit from this one tip, I promise. Well, guys, this is Graham here from therecordingrevolution.com with 5 minutes to a better mix. We'll see you on the next video.